Hello everyone, it is the me, GamePenguin21 today. Well, looks like it's time to do another small former video. So this video is going to be one of my Saturday uploads because this video does not deserve a full main channel upload, but I wanted to talk about it because I think it's really interesting. I saw this little story floating around Twitter that kind of got buried a bit in the feed, but it's about this article, or specifically this Dextaro article, and I don't usually point out Dextaro because there's a few reasons for that. They're the ones that just, post daily, news, that's what's happening in the moment, kind of sort of thing. So, I don't follow them, I just, they pop up in my feed every now and again, whenever I go down some sort of gaming rabbit hole or whatever. But, today, we're talking about this article, which supposedly has Nintendo filing DMCA copyright takedowns. So, we're going to look at it, and to look at some of the comments and the responses and get the fuller-ish picture here. With that being said, let's get started. But first, of course, we have to talk about the fact that I'm trying to hit 1K subscribers by the end of the year. We are getting closer and closer every day. Thank you very much for all of your support in watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. It's very much helpful, and I'm trying to keep up a reasonable schedule. With the last two things being, of course, Bandcamp as well as the Twitch. Make sure you go and follow me on over there if you want to listen to some music, or if you want to buy some of my music. All right. With that being said, let's get started. So, of course, this started off with me finding originally some sort of article on this. So I went down a little bit of understanding of what this actually means. So, Dextaro tweets out the following. Nintendo issues a widespread takedown notice on Steam Workshop to remove Nintendo-related content. Now, of course, I had to go into the replies, get a little bit more context here. If you want to go and check out the article, here it is, saying, Garry's Mod's devs revealed they've been hit with numerous takedown notices from Nintendo directly. As a result, have swiftly been acting to remove countless community creations based around the Japanese country's IP. Now, this doesn't sound too far-fetched for Nintendo to do, because they've been known to take their content and their copyright and stuff very, very seriously and very, very far. I mean, they went so far as to take down some Nexus mods for, say, Pal World and stuff in order to actually, make their brand safe, I guess. But very quickly, one of the things that I found very early on in this small investigation was this, where they say, what kind of madman do you have to be pretend to be Nintendo in order to copyright Gmod admins? That's some evil supervillain Joker type shit, Lamau. With there being a community note on the bottom here saying that the culprit is believed to not be Nintendo. It's a well-known troll using the DMCA takedown feature maliciously whilst posing as Nintendo. This is not the first time this individual has done this, reporting into another tweet. Now, I saw this story kind of being corroborated in the fact that someone else by the name of Vanna Montana here also said the same thing, saying that this is Vault. Aaron Peters is the one behind these false DMCA accusations. Now, unsure as to the validity of this situation, because I don't know who this person is or what they're specifically or infamously done. But overall, looking at the actual talking points here, it doesn't seem too far-fetched that might happen. Because yes, that is true that Nintendo can and has done and taken down mods and stuff. Unsure if they would be willing to do that, especially on Steam, or if they even know about it. But, of course, then someone else then corroborates the story again with the Nintendo is just as bad as Activision MFers when I showed them that it wasn't Nintendo that sent the DMCA. With the guys here basically, again, being like, it's the same person, they understand who it is. Now, I will have to note, I did take a lot of these screenshots, and the actual community note wasn't on there. So, unsure where that community note supposedly went. I don't think I have them turned off, and I wasn't using a sort of the whatever, like a private browser or anything. So unsure, but that didn't stop some people from getting a little bit piffed at Nintendo. with this person by the name of Shotgun Medic Pine Owine. This is probably the first time the community notes have been widely ignored. Sometimes they often are, but okay. People just love to blindly hate on Nintendo and see them as the worst company. I mean, that's not entirely false, but of course, we have to go over some of those things because apparently those people are clowns because they thought that Nintendo would do this. Again, I'm not clowning on them because they did it. I'm unsure as to whether or not, so I just wanted to read this out because it was an interesting story to talk about. So next up, we have a Tango here with, I don't think I would be shocked to hear Nintendo filing lawsuits against fan artists at this point, which I agree. Next up, we got a Epic Eston197 with a, do you remember this video? Well, this map will likely be completely deleted and will be lost to forever. Thanks, Nintendo. Now F off. And I'm fairly certain that that link leads to the Team Fabulous 2. Unsure. I think that I recognize that URL at least a little bit. It's definitely one of the Nintendo maps where it's like the Mario Kart track and it's like all the Nintendo stuff and whatever. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, it's one of those things where apparently they just didn't do a lot of research. Except we got Yoshi Owo with a damn. So much for playing Left 4 Dead with Yoshi as a smoker, which that kind of sounds weird out of context, because if you don't know Left 4 Dead or anything like that, it's like, oh, the smoker, what the fuck does that mean? If you've ever played Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2, you understand. Next up, bruh, it's getting real hard to side with Nintendo now, with again, another person who just apparently doesn't do that. But there were also a couple people who were clowning on Dextaro themselves, because obviously Dextaro posted this article and they didn't seem to correct themselves, or at least the article itself didn't seem to be corrected by any way, shape, or form, because they were just reporting it. Where they said, where someone by the name of a Smeggle BSC says, Dextaro not doing their basic research part 678, which, I mean, I kind of agree. I think that Dextaro is one of those news outlets that more often than not, about like at least 60 to 70% of the time, is more correct than most news outlets for games. Which isn't saying a lot, because a lot of those other news outlets are like Kotaku and stuff. So, again, it's not, even some credibility or even a little bit of reporting on actual facts is better than nothing. But, again, they would probably get this stuff wrong, and maybe they just were going to release an update thing on that article later. If not, they might delete it, unsure, but I wanted to just talk about this as well. And then there's also someone by the name of Ken saying, as much as I hate to defend Nintendo, it's not them, it's a false striker. With, again, people throwing around that same thing. Which, again, I don't blame Dextaro for this, as they were basically having another one of those DMCA kind of scare stuff. So maybe they just did the article for clicks. And again, I haven't read the specific article in question, so unsure. But next up, we've got Zaid here. Zaid? Z-A-I-D. I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'm sorry. With news sites spreading wrong information challenge possible. It wasn't Nintendo, it was false flaggers doing this. And yeah, that's all the tweets and stuff that I actually have for this video, because I wanted to make it short and sweet and to the point. So, overall, what the fuck happened with this whole situation? Was it Nintendo? Was it not Nintendo? Well, according to the wider collective of the internet and people who have done more research than me, apparently Nintendo isn't actually filing DMCA takedowns on Steam for the Steam Workshop stuff. However, I do believe I'm not going to be done talking about this. Why do I think that? Well, because I know that Harmon Smith is actually on Twitter. And for me, I think he's going to make a video on this. So I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm not done talking about this, and I'm probably going to come back next week with a small Harmon Smith video update thing to talk about it. and I'll have a little bit more research and things on it, but I wanted us to at least make this as an interesting footnote at the end of the week, because, yeah, so overall, Nintendo isn't the one filing these copyright claims, supposedly. The person doing it in question isn't associated with Nintendo and has had a history of false flagging DMCA stuff. So, overall, people in this situation were like having a little bit of a scare, but it didn't deserve a full video. Anyway, I do love and appreciate all of you for sticking around for this very small, microscopic episode that I normally don't make, because it's a Saturday upload. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware. So, in any case, shape, or form, be sure to be on the lookout for the next couple of videos. I have, I'm trying to remember here, I have a collab that I would like to do with a Moment of Sanity whenever he has the time. That one's going to be on Reforge Gaming. I have a couple other video ideas for like Stellar Blade and stuff like that, and some very stupid controversies with that. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. My name is GamePenguin21. If you like what it is that I do, want to support me in any way, shape, or form, links down to everything in the description below. My music, my Twitch, my Bandcamp, etc. Looking to hit 1K by the end of the year. Please like, comment, favorite, subscribe. That would be the most amazing thing in the world. We're getting very close, and I know I've been annoying you and talking your ear off, but it's working, and I love you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching yet again. Be sure to do your research, guys, and a peace. Off.